Hello friends, you're welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at the second part of our simple task tracker application which we started in a previous video. And if you are following me in the previous video, we had gone this far. This is the complete application. This is a screenshot of what the complete application looks like. And as you can see, we are not really even close, but we're going to make some progress today. I believe that by the end of this video, we should have completed the form part. And if we have time, we'll proceed to this other part. So without wasting much time, let us begin. So I'll begin by removing this paragraph tag that we really don't have need of at this time. I'm going to put in a form tag to create my little form here. And first of all, we're going to get a label called name, and we're going to also have an input with an ID of main field and a placeholder text that says, I think I have an issue with my enter key. Enter your enter task name, right? And that'll be all. Okay, type of text. In this type of text, that's the kind of that's the kind of value we want our user to put in this field text. And the second thing is, let's see, day and time. So, okay, I think I'll just copy and paste this because you know, it's day and time, and yeah, exact day and time. Okay, so this is looking fair. And finally, we're going to have the last input in form of a button. Type is submit. And it's going to have, wow, a value of submit, right? Okay, I think I may have forgotten something. Set reminder, and this. I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to use to create this box radio button. Let's see. Let's see input type of, okay, input of checkbox. I had to be sure. So it's also this. Okay, perfect. I believe we also need a label for it. Yeah, HTML4 is a property, that you use to connect the label to the input. So I'm actually supposed to have it on all my labels. So let me go ahead and have an HTML4 on this for our name field, and copy and paste as usual because life is too short to keep repeating the same things. Name field. Okay, ID here is let's just say date field, change this to date, and we have an ID here of reminder. Let me just say checkbox, right? So I also have the same checkbox here, which I'll be pasting, and I believe there's something I'm missing. Yeah, okay. I'm supposed to have set reminder in here. Okay, this is looking like something that is moving forward, it's not looking so great now. So I think we can go ahead and style our form, style our form, style our form, style our form. So we're going into our app as SCSS and creating a form, um, a block for our form, right? Let's start by saying display flex. Okay. Okay, and we have made a mistake. Yeah, I did. I had an error here. Display flex, flex direction is column. This is from top to bottom. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Um, I have some errors here. Let me quickly change that. App.js. In our name field, I have a wrong spelling there, a typo. Okay, so what else is different? Okay, so we can see that these labels are, kind of aligned to the left side. So how do we fix that? Align to the left. So let's see. Um, justify content start. Going to work. Let's see. Align items. Start. Yeah, apparently it's justify content. It's not justify content. It's align items. Okay, that makes some sense, right? And I actually want my task tracker app to have a fixed width, right? Because right now when I expand my window, it expands the whole task tracker, and I don't really like the way it looks. So let's do something about it right here. Do we have a width? Let's say a width of 50%. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Hard for me to. Okay. 50%. Uh, let's see. Align cell center. That's not working. Hmm. Okay, let's say let's give it a width of 500 px. What does that look like? They kind of want you to come to the center, um, margin. Okay, we already have a margin here, which makes me wonder. Okay, all right, let's say um, something I usually see somewhere. Let's see if it works. Okay, so basically, it's gonna give this is gonna give you the margin of 40 px top and bottom, and also left and right. So this kind of centers it, which is kind of exactly what I want. But I also need a padding, right? Padding of let's say 20 px. Okay. Let's look at what we have here. I think my button is too big. I'm going to work on that later. Yeah. Let's see, 600 px. We might work on this later on, but for now, let's just leave it this way. Perfect. So back to our form. I want my input to have a width of 100%. What does that look like? Mm, and it seems to be working. Let's try .px. This is working, so maybe it's already at. It possibly can be. Okay, let's see. Maybe it's something I usually use to check out. Um how the length and breadth of my elements, especially if it does not have borders. Something like my form. I want to give it a background color of red to see what it looks like. Okay, it's quite small. It just starts from here and ends here. Let me see if it's possible to elongate it. Okay, so it starts by giving my form. Okay, I have to give my form a a width first of all. Yeah, and then it affects the rest of the elements. Interesting. Okay, I also need to give my input 100%. So, just like this particular input, I am not sure I want it to get affected by the 100%. But let's go on and see. Perhaps I should give it a height of 300 px. What does that look like? Weird. Okay. I think I would like to change specify the inputs that I would like to have this width of 100%, and I can do that like this. I believe last time I checked. Last time I checked. Let me try submit. Okay, so I can do that by putting a bracket and specifying the type. What if I say text and affect just the text? All right, that's cool. So I can also put a comma here and also put in input type of button. Oh, no button, submit. I was scared for a second. Okay, yeah, and I also like to change their height to maybe look a bit bigger, or I think I should start by changing the padding, top and bottom, 5 px, left and right, 0 px. What does that look like? I think it looks fair. And I also need spacing, right? Let me try by setting the spacing in the form. Justify content space between. That's kind of much. Take out the height. Let's give it a height of 300 px. Oh no, 100 px. That's too small. 300 px seems to be a lot. 200 px seems to be just fine. Okay, I think we're making some significant progress. I'm still not comfortable with the padding of my tax tracker app, the whole app. I think I want to add more padding. Let's say 40. No. I think something is really off here, and I'm trying to figure out. I think it's from the header. Okay. Mm, yeah, my button needs some help right here. I think I'll just take this out. I want to give my button a color, a background color of black, and a text color of white, and a padding of 5 px, 2 px. Oh, I'm not seeing any visible changes. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I have to make it really. Let's see, 8 px. This goes small. Um, okay, so I need border radius because it makes it look better. Border radius of three, probably 3 to 5 px. Working. Let's see for yeah. I kind of feel like something made it a bit darker while adding the border radius. See, and I'm not sure why that is, but I'll probably look into it later. Okay, this looks a bit better. Set reminder still needs some work, some work. Okay, for now, let's go back to. And I don't know if you also noticed that the button is not as long as it's not the same length with the text fields, and I'm not sure why. There's many things I'm learning, but it seems like it's always shorter. Haha, that's some. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Uh, what could be the reason? So I want us to go back to our header. Our header looks a bit off into the index J and the styles and what is our button height of 50 px. Say 40. I even have a width of 80. Oh, phrase we 570. I think I want them to be more spaced out. Width of 500 px. Okay, this would be uh space between space between doesn't seem to be working. Align items space between. Okay. I already have align items at center. Space. Okay, I can use space between the align items. Interesting. Instead of width to be 500 px, let's make it 100%. And justify content space between. Okay, that looks better. And I feel like task tracker task tracker is really big. Let's go ahead and do something about that. Font size. How big is 20 px? It's quite small. Yeah, I think this looks fair. Yeah. Uh, this looks a bit better. So, set reminder. I'm still thinking of whether to, take this to the right or I could just leave it here. Doesn't seem like it's causing any problems here. What do you think? Let us see. Um, I kind of want to take it to the right side of set reminder. And how do I do that? Let's see what float does. So we have another input type, um, another style declaration, checkbox. Let's see float. Right. Doesn't seem to be working. Um, how about okay? There's a really easy way to do it, but I'm trying to think of a different way to do it by just touching only the styling. I could easily add a second div. I could easily place both of them in in a new div, right? And style the div. But I kind of want to just do it differently. So let me explore. It might take a while, but let me explore. Okay, so let's just give this label an ID, right? ID equals check box label. So add the SCSS. So, to reference the ID, we're going to use hashtag checkbox label. I don't know if I've explained this, but if you notice that my styles, there are some of them with periods in front, like dots. There are some without periods, and there's the one I just did now with a hashtag in front. So what's the difference? Usually, if you want to reference a class name, what is a class name? If you open up your HTML file, or sorry, your JavaScript file, or if it's HTML you're using, you could see in your tags, you could see something called class name. Usually, if you're doing React like me, you use class name. But if you're doing normal pure HTML, you use class instead of class name. But in JavaScript, in React, we use class name. So in here, you can place your class name. So if you're trying to reference your element through its class name, you're going to have to use a dot and then mention the class name. But if you're referencing your element through the name of the element, which is in this case form, you don't need a period or a dot. You can just use it the way it is. But if you're referencing your element through an ID, like this is an ID now, ID checkbox label, you need to use a hash, then followed by the ID name. Hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and do some experiments here. See what it looks like. Float right. Apparently float does not work here for some reasons that I need to research on. And explain. What else can I try? Okay, I think I'll just go ahead and create a new div right here and then place both my label and input inside of it. Okay, so I mistakenly did Control C instead of Control V, so I kind of copied an empty space, so I couldn't paste it anymore. I do that a lot. Well, not a lot, but sometimes. So here we have a new div. Let's just call it checkbox. Let's give it a class name. I say it's a check box. Our checkbox field. Oh, it has automatically aligned itself. I don't even think I need to add any style again. I think I do need a little space here. And if you look at it, it's not actually properly aligned. And I can notice that it's not properly aligned. If you see it, let me know. Let me zoom it in. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's properly aligned. What do you think? It's not in a straight line. So let me go ahead and add the style still. And then probably we'll see a difference. Checkbox field. So let's say something like display flex. Did you see that? Let me comment it out and save it. It kind of went up, right? Are you seeing? I believe you're looking at it. Okay, let me zoom it a little bit more. So this is how it looks without the display flex. Uh, cancel. And oh, what am I doing? Save, right? Okay, so when I on comments remove the when I put back the display of flex and I save, just look here. You see the change. It kind of aligned itself. So that's what I was talking about. And I think I need some space, some gap in between. Let me see if you justify content now or space between. Will you do that for me? No, it's not. It's a simple way of doing this, but at this time I can't really remember. So I'll just use the checkbox. I'll just add a star to the checkbox and say margin left of of 10 px, just to give it a little space. So I believe it looks better now. All right. So I think our styles are looking better at this point. Although there are some things I also like to change. Let's take this down. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out why the length of my submit button is bigger than. Oh, I think I know. It's because of the padding. Let's take off this padding. Okay. Okay, the padding of the input text. Oh, it can't be because of the padding. I think I added an extra. Okay, this is border radius. Okay, I have an extra padding on the submit, which is weird. Why did I add that? But I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, that's not the issue. Funny enough, the padding of on the text field and on the button kind of produce different results. Same padding but different results. I think I may just have to separate this out of here. Since I already have a separate style for button. Yeah, I'll just copy this and put it in here. Oh, what did I copy? Copied the wrong thing. Okay. Let's do. Oh man. Okay, let's remove this. I wanted to uncomment this padding here. Okay, then we still need our border radius of 4 px. Wow. Getting rid of the padding here doesn't change the length. Let me figure this out. Okay, also I would like to have a pointer on my submit button so that when you hover over it, it turns to a finger like so. Pointer of okay, it's called a cursor of pointer. So when I hover over, okay, I'm in the wrong place. Submit, yeah, it belongs here. So you can see this is much better. I'm really wondering why. I feel like the padding here is not big enough. On the left and the right, let's make it 4 px. Oh no, using the wrong here. Okay, let's say 4 px, 5 px. That's better. What if we comment this out? Border radius 4 px. I like radius definitely added to the thickness of this. Okay, let's have like different weights. Let's say 90%, 8%. I think it looks kind of equal now. I'll probably do a research on why it's longer than the button, even at the same length of 100%. All right, I think we are good to go. I would just like to add one more thing. I would like to separate our form into a separate component so that we can have, we could have that cool, that readability and neatness that is common with properly coded React applications. Okay, but really, it's something that we should learn. You shouldn't just. I know that it's a very small application here, and we probably don't need to do all that. But for the sake of you know, learning, right? I would like to separate this into a separate component that we can work on separately. So just the way I did before with my header, I'll create a new folder. What should I call it? Call it add task form. So from here, I'll create a new folder called okay, new task form. Kind of long book. So I'll create in there. I'll create two new files. My JX index.js and index dot. Why like me writing f index.scss? Wow, scc scss. So I'll just write the code for my component. New there's this cool extension I have that kind of helps me to put in the boilerplates or the structure of my that I need to the whole cons these is that I don't need to type it myself. I'm really trying to yeah React arrow function component ish. Okay, let's see, let's try the other one. Yeah, it kind of just puts everything for you once, and you don't have to waste time typing that over and over again. It's a very nice extension, and I believe in a new video I'm going to show you guys the all the extensions that help me on my VS Code. All the extensions that I use, they are very helpful. So I'm going to do that in a new video. So the name of this component is new task form. Okay. So and of course I'm going to actually I don't need to import this React. I just want to import my index, my styles, index.scss, right? And I'll go ahead and copy or remove this form from here and paste it in there. So like so, I need to properly, um, it's not properly placed. So let me just fix that. Although there is a shortcut for this, there's a way to do this, but from your settings, well, we'll look at that in a different video. Okay, so I've done this. So what's the next thing to do? I'm gonna remove this from here and save it. So everything is gone now. So all I need to do is import it, and as I type my new task from yeah, I should be able to import it automatically. And there it's been imported from my new task forms folder, and you can see it here. Although I'm not supposed to have the same, I'm supposed to also move the CSS. All right, so I'm gonna take this CSS. I'm gonna take these styles. I'm not using CSS. I'm using SCSS. So I'm gonna take them and send them to the right folder. So when I do that, it's going to mess up this form again. But once I put them in here, everything should be back to normal. And there we have it. See? So let's go back to our app.js. It looks neat, just like it should. It looks neat. So I think we're going to bring this lesson to an end. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I believe that the next section is going to be really amazing, right? So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate, and I'm really looking forward to seeing your comments in the comment section. Bye bye.